Okay, what's going on? You get on my chair. You put on my floor. What's going on, Dave? Dave, what's going on, man? How about something? You don't want it? You want anything? I need to know here. I do. It will help because it was supposed to be 10:30. Hey, I didn't mean to call crisis. Can I get a hold of Dr. Walter Rush? This is Mr. Richard Witt. They're at the mental health center at Monticello Act office. All right, cool. Hold on. I was expecting to 763 271 5300. All right, let me call them. Thank you. Hey, this is Mr. Richard Wood. Danielle, can I speak to Dr. Walter Rush? All right. All right. Hello? Hello? Hey, this is Mr. Richard Witt. Give me a phone call at the group home. Give me a phone call as soon as possible. Talk to me, Dr. Walter Rush. Uh, Give me a phone call as soon as possible, please.
Window wall. He never actually left this building.
This is where he is.
Whipple is buried under the altar of the cathedral.
How did that happen? Is because that wasn't uncommon in England and other countries where bishops and distinct kings and monarchs were buried in the church.
These are the bright, colorful ones.
Like a quilt sewn with love, Bishop Whipple's legacy lives on.
Your faith and your beliefs, you can feel the presence.
A man who truly followed the commandments of love thy neighbor. In farewell, Joe Mason, 5 Eyewitness News.
Beautiful story. Tickets for one of Minnesota's biggest music festivals are on sale right now. Coming up, the big names announced as part of next year's lineup at B-Fest.
Paul McClure Brothers, Minnesota's original plumbing, heating, and cooling contractor. I'm John McClure, and I'm Matt McClure. And we're the McClure Brothers. My bestie and your bestie, sitting down by the fire. Your bestie says you want parties, so can we make these things go higher? Talking about head now, head now, head now, head now. I go, I. Talking more vina, I'm talking more vina, Stop my truck, it's all jumping.
My feet hurt so bad I could barely walk. When I did, I couldn't trust my balance. The pain was stopping me from living my life.
Do you have pain, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet?
I didn't have big pain. I just got numbness, number.
Are you suffering from chronic joint, back, or knee pain? Are you tired of all the medications? Are you tired of all the pain?
After I came here and had one treatment, it just like it was gone. It hasn't come back.
My feet are so peaceful.
Call us now. Our clinic is helping people just like you end their pain and numbness with our state-of-the-art therapies that are painless and non-invasive. Many of our treatments may be covered by Medicare and most insurance.
I have better balance. I don't go through doorways in my house and bump into the side anymore.
Yeah, it always feels a little better when I walk out of here. After my treatments, I was able to get back to living my life, the life that I deserve.
Call us now and learn how we can help end your chronic pain. You don't have to suffer anymore. Call us today and finally get rid of the pain.
Candace and Jennifer brings you Meredith Wilson's The Music Man. This all-American musical and 6-time Tony Award winner will delight audiences of every generation. The Music Man. Visit janhessendt.com.
So this Livia thing, talk to me. I love them. Really great team. And you lost weight fast? 30 pounds in 8 weeks.
Get healthy today. Join Livia's 10-week challenge and get 10 weeks free.
The DAV, Disabled American Veterans of Minnesota, provides a lifetime of support for veterans of all generations, their families, and survivors. DAV's free professional assistance helps veterans and their families get the health care, disability, employment, education, and financial benefits they've earned. And when veterans need transportation to medical appointments, the DAV is there to help. The DAV, we're keeping our promise to American veterans. Connect to your benefits today at davmn.org.
Fall into fun with Twin Cities Live. This week we're celebrating fall with DIY projects to bring fall into your home. Recipes using autumn squash, plus new ways to explore the fall colors. It's the season of pumpkin spice. Weekdays at 3 on Twin Cities Live.
We're taking a look at Wall Street right now, where we're seeing gains. Stocks all up today as the technology sector reversed direction after a sell-off the day earlier. Energy prices up again too. U.S. oil up above $78 a barrel right now.
A landmark trial is underway in federal court in Cleveland. This is a first of its kind case that calls out several of the nation's largest pharmacies for their role in the nation's opioid epidemic. Jurors from opening statements yesterday. This trial will determine whether retail pharmacy chains CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, and Giant Eagle created a public nuisance in how they dispensed addictive painkillers in 2 Ohio counties. Attorneys for the 4 pharmacy chains have argued that the companies did not manufacture the drugs. They say the pharmacies were just filling prescriptions that were written by physicians for patients with legitimate medical needs. Tickets are now on sale for WeFest after the 2022 lineup was now released. So here's a look at who we've got. We've got Jason Aldean, Miranda Lambert, Luke Bryan. They're all set to headline the show August 4th through the 6th in Detroit Lakes. Some other performers will include Riley Green, Lee Bryce, and Chris Jansen. Ticket sales started at 8 o'clock this morning. General admission starts at $99. We do have a link to purchase tickets once they go live at KSTP.com under the Featured on 5 tab. One Twin Cities High School has a new plan to help struggling students. Coming up next, you'll see the new incentive they have for good grades. And America may have won the race to the moon, but Russia just won a pretty cool twist in the space race. The mission their new crew is on. That's straight ahead on 5 News at midday.
By 10, you know the news of the day, but we think you deserve more than that.
On Nightcast, we're spending more time on stories to give you a better understanding of the big issues that really hit home. Try a more thoughtful approach to news at 10 with Nightcast.
Clogged pipe ruining your day? Call the drain experts and we'll clear your main drain for only $93 or it's free.
If you got a clogged toilet or a backed up drain,
visit us today at callhero.com.
Nobody wants water in their basement, so now is the time to act. So make sure your basement stays dry, period. Contact Safe Basements of Minnesota about your waterproofing and foundation needs. And you'll get an experienced team to assess exactly what your needs are. All products are locally made with an unmatched quality and a lifetime guarantee. Deal only with the trusted experts for over 30 years. Schedule your appointment today at safebasements.com. That's safebasements.com.
this guy is a bodybuilder. He lifts weights and fixes CPAPs in his spare time. This guy works at Corner Home Medical and is trained to fix your CPAP. Get this. Don't go to this guy. Don't be fooled by companies that don't specialize in home medical equipment. At Corner Home Medical, we offer the best home medical equipment with personalized service. You do have a choice on where to get your medical equipment. Corner Home Medical. Visit one of our showrooms or go to cornerhm.com.
I just couldn't wear the dentures anymore. I was dancing with a lady, and they just flew out of my mouth. And that's when I really got to thinking, boy, I need teeth.
We were able to provide him with 5 implants and send him home was a fixed bridge on the same day.
His were more, talking to more. They just look beautiful. I'm very happy with these teeth.
Get your smile back with dental implants. Call Woodbury Dental Arts to schedule your free consultation and to discuss our flexible financing options.
So we could sacrifice support and durability to make our beds fit into a box, but that's just not us. For 30 years, the original Mattress Factory has chosen to use only the best materials, and nothing can match the craftsmanship and pride that our team puts into every bed we make. It's not the easiest way, but it's our way. And you simply can't fit this kind of quality into a box.
The original Mattress Factory, hand-built right here in Maplewood.
When drains get lazy, they refuse to do the job they were named for. And the cure for lazy drains? Well, that's me. My 7 horsepower auger. Get your main drain cleared today. 93, or it's free.
I need a hero!
40 years of personal injury experience. Schwegel gets in Seaman. Visit Schwegel.com.
Welcome back, everyone, just after 11:30 now. Thanks for being with us here for the second half hour of 5 News at midday. We start with your forecast first, and meteorologist Nicole Mitchell keeping an eye on the radar and all the quiet, beautiful weather, Nicole.
Yeah, the radar's been very unimpressive recently, so which is good for us. That means lots of sunshine. We've been a little bit more active on the satellite, especially because we've got this big ridge of high pressure sitting over us. And with that very stable atmosphere, it's just perfect conditions. We talked about this yesterday. Fall is the fog season where we're most likely to see it. We get the longer nights, we get those stable conditions, those temperatures have more time to drop down to the dew point level. So we saw that this morning again, even more into central Minnesota, but especially in eastern Minnesota and into Wisconsin. Some really dense areas of fog, and then as that lifts, you can still see a couple clouds lingering around. Meantime, westward has had sun from the get-go today, so that's where our warmer temperatures are. But we're all having warmer temperatures. This is still way above average. In fact, at 65 in Minneapolis and 66 in St. Paul, we are already above average for our highs this time of year. So that just tells you how mild we are running. And then, as I said, as you head west, started off the day with even more sunshine. So we've already got those 70s out there. Wilmer, Detroit Lakes at 78, and could, once again, have a couple places break 80s in western Minnesota, while for the Twin Cities will probably be in the low 70s. So here's what we have for today. 72, lots of sunshine tomorrow. We could have a couple areas of fog. Again, this morning it wasn't as dense in the Twin Cities as it was yesterday, but other places really still had some very, very difficult fog to get around this morning. And then Thursday, we start to get some instability back. Maybe a couple spotty showers, better chances as we get in the weekend, but not a washout by any means. The extended forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Leah?
Cool, thank you. A DEA agent was killed. 2 other law enforcement officers were hurt in a shooting on an Amtrak train at a station in Tucson, Arizona yesterday morning. Police say a regional narcotics team was doing a routine check on the train, and they detained a man when another man opened fire.
I want to reflect on the really heroic actions of the officers at the scene who literally ran towards the danger into the car where there was an active shooting situation.
That suspect ends up barricading himself in a bathroom. He was later found dead in there. Amtrak says that none of the other passengers or crew members were hurt. The man who was detained is still in custody right now. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is considering granting a full posthumous pardon for George Floyd. The State Board of Pardons and Paroles approved this request for the pardon yesterday, and they recommended that Abbott grant the pardon. Floyd pleaded guilty to selling $10 worth of crack after a drug sting back in 2004. Well, there's now a criminal investigation into the officer who led the sting. That officer was fired from the department, and more than 150 cases that he was involved with have since been dismissed. 3 more Minnesotans are under arrest now in connection to the deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol back on January 6th. The FBI took Aaron James, Isaac Westbury, and Robert Westbury into custody yesterday. All 3 are from Lindstrom. The Bureau has yet to release what the men are charged with. 5 other Minnesotans have already been charged for their roles in this riot. The police chief in Big Lake is on paid leave today pending an investigation. And the city administrator there in Big Lake confirmed yesterday that the chief, Matt Hand, went on leave last month after the city got a complaint about him. Investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen explains.
All quiet outside Big Lake Police Headquarters Monday, but the city now says the department has been running without a police chief for nearly a month.
I was shocked to hear that. I hadn't heard anything about it, prior to now.
The city administrator confirming to 5 Eyewitness News, Big Lake Police Chief Matt Haig on administrative leave on September 13th, pending the outcome of an internal investigation. Council members just appointed Haig as chief in July.
Hi, council member. This is Eric Rasmussen, a reporter with KSTP.
We called each of them, but they either declined to talk about it or did not respond. It's now the second time Big Lake has had a police chief sidelined this year. Former Chief Joel Sharp took 4 months of medical leave before quitting in April, citing a diagnosis of PTSD in his resignation letter. The upheaval at the top adding to questions at the department. It faced scrutiny earlier this year when 5 investigators found Big Lake PD cited civil unrest as justification for spending federal COVID relief money on riot gear.
You think COVID is why we're seeing civil unrest? COVID is now why we're seeing civil unrest.
For now, those we spoke to,
they're protecting us. I mean, they're putting their life on the line.
Say until details of the complaint against the new chief emerge, they'll give him and the department the benefit of the doubt.
To have the chief out again, does that concern you?
Now that I know about it, it concerns me, but we got a great police force.
An attorney representing the chief emailed us a response stating that Chief Hand is cooperating with the city's investigation and they're looking forward to the resolution of this matter. An experimental program at South St. Paul High School is changing the way students get academic help. It's called What I Need Wednesday. And instead of a typical day of class on Wednesday, kids have the option to work from home. But if they have low grades, they have to come in and get some in-person help, a little tutoring they might need. The school started the program last year as an incentive for kids to keep their grades up. And many students we spoke with say they love the changes. They hope this plan sticks around.
It would definitely motivate me, and I think it will motivate a lot of others too.
Part of what we need to do is slow down and say, let's get these kids caught up. How do we help them be successful where they are right now?
And the principal tells us that they actually did see fewer students failing classes after they started this program last year. The district says if the program stays successful at the high school, they'll actually consider expanding it now to the middle school as well. Hennepin County Board could greenlight up to $3.5 million in federal funds for an emergency shelter in Minneapolis today. This would help rebuild the existing Simpson Emergency Shelter for people who are experiencing homelessness. Right now, the shelter is located at the Simpson United Methodist Church. A plan to redevelop the site would include a new 5-story building designed to support at least 70 people. Honoring the hero firefighters who put their lives on the line every day. This is Fire Prevention Week. So coming up, we'll take you inside one local fire station. Plus, the International Space Station is about to become a film set. The actress and director blasting off a new twist in the space race. Next, the Fire Latest Music Midday.
With a Medicare plan from Medica, you're at the heart of everything we do. Medica offers $0 premium Medicare plans for the young at heart. Plus travel coverage to help you stay connected with the ones you love. Medica offers easy access to a large provider network with no referrals required. And free fitness memberships at over 20,000 locations. With savings on dental, eyewear, over-the-counter pharmacy items, and more. Plus, you can see any licensed dentist for any dental care you need, all to help you stay healthy. Call 1-866-221-5895 now to get your free Medica Plan Guide today. That's 1-866-221-5895. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
A cornerstone of the Minneapolis music landscape, Minnesota Orchestra takes the stage celebrating conductor Osmo Venska's final year as music director. Be a part of this historic season. We're ready for you. Tickets on sale at minnesotaorchestra.org.
Feel the joy of selling your house with no repairs, no showings, and no surprises. Call Homestead Road today for a free, no-obligation offer.
Dyson's latest vacuum is the only one to use a laser. It reveals invisible dust. Carbon fiber filaments pick up those microscopic particles. Suction is increased when needed. This special sensor counts each particle size and gives you scientific proof. While this hydrogen motor generates 230 kilowatts of suction, the most powerful deep clean. Buy direct for the people who made it.
Life is full of things to worry about. Your crawl space shouldn't be one of them. Moisture in your crawl space can lead to mold and foundation issues, causing musty smells, wood rot, and unlevel floors. At Innovative Basement Authority, we offer permanent solutions that help put your worries to rest. Call us today for a free inspection.
You see, Asher, Paul Bunyan and Babe Fluots were known for their strength, speed, and skill. Just like the legend, if something breaks, Paul Bunyan Plumbing and Drains and Fluots Heating and Air will be there to fix it in a flash.
Is your water heater giving you the cold shoulder? Call Paul Bunyan Plumbing and Drains. One of our legendary technicians will be there the day you call. Guaranteed.
I love Paul Bunyan and Blue Ox, Papa.
We all do.
So this week is National Fire Prevention Week, and it's a time to honor the brave men and women who risk their lives to protect us. The Lake Johanna Fire Department let us spend some time with them yesterday, and our photojournalist Dave Peterson takes us inside their fire station.
Today we're at our Station 4 in Southern Shoreview on Victoria and Conroe.
My name's Tim Bolke. I'm the fire chief with Lake Channa Fire Department. Fire prevention is really important. It's 1 week to set aside each year and remind people to check their smoke detectors and make sure they have a plan to exit their homes. Fire prevention really needs to happen every day, but this is our week to kind of reinforce to everyone the importance.
My name is Matt Saylor. I'm one of 2 deputy chiefs here for the Lake Channa Fire Department. They're doing some of the shift truck checks. So it's kind of making sure that all their stuff is ready to go for the day. They're checking everything from their computer inside the truck, they're checking their tools, their inventory. A good part of our job is being ready for the next call. That's our business. Yep, it happens now and we go. We go when the lights go off, the alarms go off. That's when we go to work.
Our firefighters go on just a multitude of calls.
Helping people when they're having a bad day. We don't show up to get people in trouble. We're there because they called us because they need a hand. For us, we're kind of doing our job. And to other people, it's a big thing what we're able to do and help them.
Firefighting historically is a dangerous profession, and the risks are all the same.
That's why part of our job is to keep our guys as safe as we can possibly keep them. But unfortunately, it happens. Yes, it's very heavy.
It's all about service, and that's what keeps everyone here. You know, it's a great group of men and women that we're all here for the same reason, about serving others and helping our community.
Yeah, good reminder. So in Duluth, firefighters came to the rescue yesterday to save a goose stuck in fishing lines. This is at Twin Ponds. One of the firefighters actually put on a wetsuit and jumped into the water to get the goose and untangle it. It's now staying at a wildlife rehabilitation center. It's being treated for some minor injuries and stress. Good reminder, if you're fishing, make sure you pull those lines out, get them into a recycling bin so it doesn't become a risk to wildlife. All right, Nicole Mitchell, today's kind of day you want to get outside and take a walk if you can. And I feel like a week or 2 ago we were saying, oh, we know this could be the end of this, right? Like this could be the end of the beautiful fall weather. But it's still here. We still have it.
So we've had a slow, I don't want to say decline because it's lovely. Yeah. But a couple of weeks ago we were saying, oh, this could be our last 80s, and it still looks unlikely we're getting 80s. And now we have the 70s, but eventually we're going into become more sparse. So it's been a really gorgeous fall in that it didn't just kind of go off a cliff and go right to the 50s. We've had kind of this gradual ease into the season with slightly above average temperatures. Right now, 65 calm winds is part of the calm winds, that high pressure I mentioned sitting over us is the reason we've had fog the last couple mornings, because without the winds to kind of help mix up the atmosphere, everything just settles, that moisture as the temperatures go toward the dew point, and it can get pretty thick out there. And we had a few places that had that. It wasn't quite as bad as in the Twin Cities, but it was actually a little more widespread into central Minnesota. And I saw it socked in at one point, which means like almost no visibility in Duluth. So it was a very slow morning. And then as that lifted into clouds, and then that's clearing out, we're seeing a lot more sunshine now. So that has that temperature contrast that we've been talking about, where if you started the day with fog and then the low clouds as that lifted, you didn't have sunshine as early on, and it's taking temperatures a little bit longer to get going. So 67 in St. Paul, 65 in Minneapolis, already above average, versus where we had sunshine earlier in the day. Detroit Lakes is now up to 72. Wilmer is at 70. Owatonna is at 72. And you can see parts of the North Shore where it really was thick fog this morning, still a couple 50s out there. So there's a big contrast based on who saw the sunshine when. We're all getting the sunshine this afternoon, so most of us will make it up into at least the 70s, westward with that extra temperature kick, a couple more 80s, and right along the North Shore, we might have a couple temperatures just stuck in the 60s. Now, tomorrow morning, this isn't picking up, this is more showing kind of that potential fog area again, and then clear skies in the afternoon. Thursday, though, we have some instability back. This is not widespread, this isn't anything major, but we could have just a couple showers during the course of the day. Even with that, temperatures are going to stay well above average. For today, 72, mostly sunny, very warm, at least very warm for this time of year. As we get into the overnight, 56, we've got clear skies, but once again, the clear skies, the light wind, that could be the setup for some areas of fog. Into the 70s, look at this, probably at least till Saturday. Weather system to the north could clip us with a couple showers and storms Friday and especially Saturday, maybe tapering off Sunday. But behind that system, that's when we go into the 60s. So we are continuing that slow ease in our temperatures as we get farther into fall. We'll be right back.
JoJo Siwa from Dancing with the Stars. And Christopher Fernandez from Ted Lasso. Thank you for keeping our lunch straight. Mama doesn't like to be stood up.
Today at 2 on 5 Eyewitness News.
At the Roof Guys, we know you've probably heard it all when it comes to getting a new roof. Quality installation, 5-year warranty. Sorry about that. When you get a new roof from the Roof Guys, it won't leak. And now we back it up with a lifetime workmanship warranty. Yep, that's for as long as you own your new roof. At the Roof Guys, we do more. Our new installation process is different than anything on the market. It is a game changer. If you want peace of mind and a roof that won't leak, call the Roof Guys today.
Got allergies? Been meaning to clean your air ducts? Here's a reason to get that done now. MN Air Duct Cleaning will clean every air duct in your entire home for a guaranteed $349. You heard that right. No hidden fees. See for yourself what the reviews say about MNAirDuctCleaning.com. Before and after pictures, state-of-the-art equipment, plus MNAirDuctCleaning.com will clean your clothes dryer vent absolutely free. MNAirDuctCleaning.com.
Are you hoping to have new patio furniture for next spring? Well, Minnesota, you can skip the storage. Your local Patio Town's got you covered. Stop in to any Patio Town location today and pick out your new patio furniture for next year and pay this year's price. That's right, pay 2021 prices and get your new patio furniture delivered in spring of 2022. Minnesota's own Patio Town, where you can do it yourself, but you're not on your own.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Mom planned everything from how she did her hair to the flowers she planted in the spring. So it's no surprise she used the pre-planning services at Crescent Time. That allowed us to honor Mom the way she would have wanted it. Local, family-owned. Crescent Time Cremation Services.
If you're 65 plus or helping a loved one, Medicare can seem overwhelming. Health Partners can help. Medicare annual enrollment period is here. From October 15th to December 7th, you can change your Medicare health or prescription drug plan. Every year, plans change and new choices are available. So don't wait to explore your options. When it comes to Medicare, you need more than a plan. You need a partner.
We have our first grandbaby in the family. I smile big at her, and that little girl just laughs and laughs. When I told my daughter I was looking at Medicare plans, she said, "Get good dental. We have to protect Nana's smile." I told her more grandkids would keep me smiling. But it's true, dental is important to me, and Health Partners has that. Plus vision, hearing, and fitness options on a plan I can afford. They're my benefits. I'll actually use Partners.
Recommend Stella 100%.
Welcome back, everyone. There's a new twist now in the space race. Russia launched a rocket overnight on a mission to make the first galactic film. ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest.
Liftoff of Soyuz MS-19 with an actress.
Overnight, an actress and director launching into orbit to shoot the first feature film in space, beating Tom Cruise, who last year announced with NASA that he would be launching late this year.
Flawless ascent to orbit.
Actress Yulia Peresov and director Klim Shipenko, both hailing from Russia, launched from Kazakhstan aboard the Russian Soyuz, Vladimir Putin backing the journey. They'll spend about 10 days in orbit aboard the International Space Station shooting a film called The Challenge, about a surgeon rushing to the space station to save a crew member. In this new kind of space race, Russia apparently winning.
There are a lot of firsts that the Russians have done in space, but when you look at who is the preeminent spacefaring nation, I still think it's the United States.
Maverick's flight on a SpaceX rocket now won't come until at least March 2022. And now, just a week from today, 90-year-old actor William Shatner, who rose to fame as Captain Kirk in Star Trek, plans to launch to the edge of space aboard the Jeff Bezos spaceship Blue Origin's new Shepherd.
Shepherd is cleared to count.
Shatner tweeting, I'm going to be a rocket man. Yes, you will. And Shatner's flight will last just 11 minutes. He'll spend about 4 minutes in zero gravity. But you saw former astronaut Clayton Anderson right there, and he says that given his Star Trek history, he may be way overqualified for this mission. Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
All right, everybody is talking about the show Ted Lasso. Coming up today at 2 o'clock on the Kelly Clarkson Show, Krista Fernandez, who plays the exuberant, life-loving Danny Rojas, stops by the studio. Plus, a pirate ship VRBO rental can be yours, at least for a night, and Twin Cities Live is taking us there at the 3 o'clock this afternoon. Hope you can join them for that. Well, we are looking live outside right now from our Midway Sky Cam. Nicole's been telling us about what a gorgeous day it is, what a gorgeous week it's going to be. Her final forecast straight ahead here on 5 Minutes Station.
My God, you look like you're dressed to kill. This week,
Would you like to tell me what's going on?
there will be consequences. I just want to hear you explain.
She knew that you were alive and didn't tell anyone. And I know why.
You spend a lot of time indoors, cooking, binge watching, working, playing. So call the pros at Koi to keep your environment clean and healthy. Our certified technicians sanitize, disinfect, and deep clean surfaces and air ducts. We offer commercial services and restoration for emergencies too. So relax. The pros at Koi Power Island. Call 800-4KOI or visit koi.com today.
Just right.
You heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably just as good as sausage good. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage chips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle buttered bacon, even though it's sausage. Whoa. Andrea, you lost how much?
60 pounds.
Wow, what are you doing?
Because I saw pictures of myself.
And now how do you feel?
Bring it on.
Get healthy today. Join Olympia's 10-week challenge and get 10 weeks free.
Did you know that a nursing home is not your only option? Baywood Home Care offers nursing home level care at home. Baywood offers guaranteed staffing and great care, including medications. We strive for happy clients and happy employees.
My feet hurt so bad I could barely walk. When I did, I couldn't trust my balance. The pain was stopping me from living my life.
Do you have pain, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet?
I didn't have big pain. I just got numbness, number, and number.
Are you suffering from chronic joint, back, or knee pain? Are you tired of all the medications? Are you tired of all the pain?
After I came here and had one treatment, it decided it was gone. It hasn't come back.
My feet are so peaceful.
Call us now. Our clinic is helping people just like you end their pain and numbness with our state-of-the-art therapies that are painless and non-invasive. Many of our treatments may be covered by Medicare and most insurance.
I have better balance. I don't go through doorways in my house and bump into the side anymore.
Yeah, it always feels a little better when I walk out of here.
After my treatments, I was able to get back to living my life, the life that I deserve.
Call us now and learn how we can help end your chronic pain. You don't have to suffer anymore. Call us today and finally get rid of the pain. Need a safe plumber? Call Bunyan Plumbing and Live Operators 24 hours a day.
One of Minnesota's own hometown stars survived another elimination round on Dancing with the Stars last night. Take a look. Here's her performance from gold medalist and St. Paul native Suni Lee.
I got feelings too. And I need to do what I feel like doing. So stop.
Always with the flip for some really cool movement. What a stage. Wow, that's funky. All right, the judges gave her 7s across the board for the 3rd week in a row, and we will continue to track her progress too throughout the competition. You can see her quest for the Mirror Ball Trophy every Monday night on 5 Eyewitness News at 7 o'clock in the evening. Well, there's now a new multi-millionaire, no, not in Minnesota, in California. Somebody bought the winning ticket for the $699 million jackpot. There were 40 consecutive drawings without a grand prize winner, which, by the way, is a new record for the Powerball jackpot. The $1 million winning tickets were sold in Massachusetts, Virginia, Florida, and Arizona. Congratulations to all the big winners. And Nicole, it's always fun when somebody in Minnesota wins, but not this time.
Such is life. Well, hey, we won something else. We're winning the weather lottery thing for fall so far. We've got more 70s through the end of the week. We do start to bring some rain chances in, especially possibly Friday and Saturday, and then cooler after that, but still above average. So we're doing pretty good.
We certainly are, Nicole. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us today for 5 Eyewitness News at midday. We've got more news for you straight ahead on Channel 45. Here's a look at where you can find us on your TV. And we're always on KSTP.com and our mobile app. Have a great day, everybody.
Clogged pipe ruining your day? Call the drain experts and we'll clear your main drain for only $93 or it's free.
If you've got a clogged toilet or a backed up drain,
visit us today at callhero.com.
Hey Minnesota, Rusco Kitchen Remodelers is now offering porcelain countertops. Now porcelain is the material being installed in Italian kitchens, and you can have it too. It's easy to clean, non-porous, and stain resistant. There's no sealing required, plus it is super durable and heat-proof. And here's a big bonus, porcelain is environmentally friendly. It's made of 100% natural, raw, and clay-based materials. Call Rusco Kitchen Remodelers today and check out Porcelain by Maderno for your kitchen remodel.
Quinoa turmeric supports healthy joints and inflammation response. Unlike regular turmeric, quinoa's superior absorption helps you get the full benefits of turmeric. Quinoa, the better turmeric.
You have got to see The Music Man. I took the family, and let me tell you, the show wins you over from the opening number. The Tony Award-winning musical is a must-see at Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. Visit chanhassendt.com and order your tickets today.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and legs primarily. The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get some great results.
If you are experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations.
The first 25 callers will receive a nerve damage and thermal image screening for only $29. That's a $249 value. Call now to schedule your nerve damage and thermal image screening.
When drains get lazy, they refuse to do the job they were named for. And the cure for lazy drains? Well, that's me. My 7 horsepower auger. Get your main drain cleared today. 93 or it's free.
I need a hero!
Get your forecast first from Minnesota's Weather Authority.
what you need to know right now on GMA3. New questions surfacing about who knew what, when in that massive oil spill on the California coast. And back online, the Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp global outages that stopped much of social media gold as a whistleblower takes center stage on Capitol Hill about Facebook company practices.
Where we stand on FDA authorization of Pfizer vaccines for children aged 5 to 11. We'll talk to the principal investigator of those Pfizer trials at Yale University. And Chris is at it again. The brand new triumphs for the triathlete Ironman event right here on GMA3.
What Chris just did when I watched him cross the finish line was tell me and my wife and others like us that their kids can do so much more than we've been led to believe.
Transforming aging systems to tackle 21st century problems. Former presidential candidate Andrew Yang with his new book, Forward, and news on his political identity.
And as the NBA tips off its 75th season,
It's been a golden era, 75 unbelievable years.
our behind-the-scenes glimpse into the league's long and colorful history, captured in a new film, tracing powerhouse players and fans through the years.
And it's our pleasure to welcome the new Mr. Las Vegas right here, George Wallace, the comedy legend and Twitter star, about his funny new book.
Now from Times Square, TJ Holmes and Amy Robach with what you need to know.
The book is called Bull Twit.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
for clarifying that.
That was really dangerous, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was very much so.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm TJ Holmes, still employed for now. GMA3, what you need to know on this Tuesday. Always glad to have you with us.
That's right. Welcome to everyone. And ABC Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jen Ashton with us as always as we track all of the day's major developments, including the major oil spill off the California coast. And this big number today, some 1,600 trained responders are now poised to help clean off oiled birds and other wildlife with about a 50 to 75% success rate in cleansing and then returning those birds to the wild.
We're going to continue to track that. I have an update for you on that in just a moment. I'm going to turn, though, to Dr. Ashton, the coronavirus emergency. A lot of focus on mandates in schools and in businesses. A lot of people still questioning, well, can they even do this? So you kind of did a deep dive on what's happening.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to remember the historical perspective in public health. So let's take a look at that timeline. 1905, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the state does in fact have the authority to enforce laws mandating vaccination to protect the public. When they made this ruling, the big concern, the communicable disease at that time, was smallpox. As of 2019, every state in the United States, except for Alabama and South Dakota, are mandating other vaccines, including hepatitis B, for example, for children ages K through 12. As of 2019, every single state in the United States is mandating measles, mumps, and rubella for the same age group. So we have to remember there is a historical and scientific and medical precedent for this, even though at times it doesn't seem like there is. Right, the precedent's there, but what about patients' rights? How do they fit into this? This is really important, you guys, and I feel like this has been missing from this national dialogue, this concept of patient autonomy and biomedical ethics. The definition of that is the right of the patient or the individual, the person, to make decisions for their own health without undue pressure from outside forces. This includes declining treatment, testing, or preventative measures. This is a fundamental patient right. The medical legal difficulty, however, arises when there is the possibility, as there is for COVID-19, for that decision to also cause harm to someone else. I have said it before, I don't think we can say it enough. This conversation, this dialogue has to start and end with mutual respect. And I think, unfortunately, that's been in short supply. All right, Dr. Jen, thank you for that reminder. And we're going to turn now to ABC's Alex Brochet with all of the latest headlines today. Good afternoon, Alex.
Good to see you all. We're going to begin here with new questions now in the race to contain the oil spill, that disaster off the California coast. Documents obtained by ABC News show the first evidence of the spill came Friday night, but apparently reported nearly 12 hours later by the Amplify company. Officials now believe that pipeline may have been damaged by a passing ship's anchor. Fish and wildlife experts rescuing birds and other animals from the sludge. And Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are back up and running again. An investigation underway into what sparked that social media meltdown worldwide. 3.5 billion users affected over nearly 6 hours. The company saying the cascading outage had to do with configuration reset. Facebook's stock dipped nearly 5%, reportedly wiping out nearly $6 billion of CEO Mark Zuckerberg's net worth. And all of this as Facebook ex-employee and whistleblower Frances Haugen testifies on Capitol Hill, explaining how she says the company's algorithms sow division. And in the fight against COVID-19, Johnson & Johnson is asking the FDA for emergency use authorization for its booster shot, and that green light could come soon. The company says those who get the booster could see protection up to 94% against infection, hospitalization, and death. Next, the movie-making race to space. A Russian actress and film director blasted off from Kazakhstan to make the world's first feature film in orbit. It's about a surgeon racing into orbit to rescue a space worker with a heart condition. The Russians eclipsing American actor Tom Cruise's plans, his SpaceX flight coming in March of 2022. And from the racetrack in Talladega right into the history books, Bubba Wallace now only the second black driver ever to win a NASCAR Cup race. It's the first time since Hall of Famer Wendell Scott did it way back in 1963. And this is also a victory for basketball legend Michael Jordan and his team, owners of that number 23 Camry. MJ knows a thing about winning.
That dude just knows how to do this. Well, congratulations to Bubba Wallace. Been following him for a long time. We all have. Good to see that. But good to see you as always. Alex Brochet, thanks so much. A whole lot more ahead here on GMA3 on this Tuesday. You're getting a step closer to getting our younger children vaccinated. What a doctor leading the investigation to the Pfizer trials at Yale wants you to know now.
Plus, the Ironman triathlete taking on the world. You've met him here on GMA3, our important update. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
ABC's GMA3, what you need to know. Brought to you by Ancestry. There's strength in every family story. Learn more about yours.
I always had a connection to my grandfather, and I always wanted to learn more about him. I discovered some very interesting documents on Ancestry. This is the registration card for the draft for World War II, and this is his signature, which blew me away. Being able to make my grandfather real, not just a memory, is priceless. His legacy lives on.
A lot of people think dealing with COPD is a walk in the park. If I have something to help you breathe better, everything would be fun and nice. But I still have bad days, flare-ups, which can permanently damage my lungs. My lungs need protection against flare-ups. So, it's time to get real. Because in the real world, our lungs deserve the real protection of Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and flare-up protection. It's the first and only COPD medicine proven to reduce flare-ups by 52%.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
For real protection, ask your doctor about Breztri. Cats really know how to do less. Be more like your cat. Introducing Outstretch by Fresh Step, an all-new concentrated litter that lasts 50% longer, so you can change it less often. Outstretch.
We're for those who love to discover, who know an open mind is the only kind, who are their own personal stylist, and who know when you spend less, you can discover even more. At TJ Maxx. Feeling stressed in your skin? Now with Olay Retinol Body Wash, which improves skin 3 times better, from dry and stressed to bright and smooth. So I can feel my best in my skin. Olay Body, fearless in my skin.
Kidney alert for type 2 diabetes. 40% of people with type 2 diabetes will develop chronic kidney disease, or CKD. Did you know CKD can lead to kidney failure and dialysis? Kidney alert! CKD often has no symptoms until it's too late. Help protect your kidneys. Call your doctor for a UACR test. It shows one of the earliest signs of CKD. Visit kidneyalert.com.
Arm & Hammer Plus OxyClean with odor plasters. Stains are removed and odors eliminated. For a deep, powerful clean. More power to you.
It was the year I turned 12. The age where you transfer from boy to man.
Like fishing, huh?
Love it.
But you don't eat fish.
Hate it.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
Welcome back to GMA3, everybody. Pfizer has submitted research to the FDA on the effects of its COVID-19 vaccine in children aged 5 to 11. That age group is now one step closer to becoming eligible for inoculation.
Here to discuss is the principal investigator of the Pfizer biotech trials at Yale School of Medicine, Dr. Onyema Obuagu. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Obuagu. Thank you for being with us. And yes, so we are one step closer. What is your best estimate as to when we'll actually start seeing shots in the arms of those young children?
Yeah, so we've been proud to announce that for kids aged 5 to 11, that the clinical trial data is in, and the vaccines are safe and in those kids. And their immune responses were very similar to older adolescents and young adults, which was just great. So that data has been fed to the FDA. We do hear there's been a meeting set for October 26th to review the data. Pfizer still has to send a little bit more data to the FDA, and we're hoping that that should be the timeline for approval. It took a lot of work to get to where we are. We had to find that sweet spot between finding the right dose for the kids, while ensuring that they have the right immune responses, but also making sure it's safe. And really just want to say thanks to parents and children volunteers who helped us generate this data.
That's very important to say thank you to them. And Dr. Abuagu, are we going to face now a potential vaccine hesitancy when it comes to the vaccine for kids, do you fear? Or will the parents now be a little more comfortable because we have had at least the vaccine out there for adults for quite a bit of time now?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I think that we've definitely seen vaccine hesitancy rates decreasing over time. I think one good measure of how willing parents have been to get their children vaccinated are looking at the data for the 12 to 17-year-olds. And we see that about 54% or so of people within the 12 to, that demographic have received a vaccine. We do and have learned from surveys that parents of younger children may be a little more hesitant than older children to have their kids vaccinated. But it's critically important because we know the role that the vaccines play in protecting children against disease, and more importantly, in allowing us to resume normalcy in school, sporting activities and in-person school learning, which are critically important for our kids.
Yes, so many parents have been waiting for this moment. Of course, vaccines seem to be safe and effective. And you mentioned the tough time of finding the right dose for this younger age group. So how does it compare in terms of dosage for this age group versus older children, and what are the side effects?
Yeah, great. So, the doses were selected very carefully after early phase trials that did what we call dose ranging studies. And so we settled on, for the kids age 5 to 11, a dose that's a third of the adult dose. And for kids younger than age 5, we settled for a 10th of the adult dose. And so that was calibrated based on the safety signals that were seen in the trial, which typically fall into two buckets, which are just local reactions people have at the injection site, and some of the more systemic symptoms like fever, headache, and fatigue. And those appear to be at par with what we observed in older adults, which were essentially safe without any serious vaccine-related adverse events.
And you mentioned those younger children, Dr. Abuagu. In fact, just a week ago, we heard from Pfizer CEO saying results from even younger kids, ages 2 to 4, the results from those studies may be out. How long do you think that will be before that very young age group will be eligible for vaccines?
Yeah, so we continue to enroll kids in the younger demographic. There's a little bit of a gradient with being able to enroll younger kids. Again, the same issues we face with acceptance of vaccines. Also a little bit challenging to enroll some of the very younger kids in clinical trials, but we've made a lot of progress, and hopefully we will have some data in the weeks and few months to come.
Doctor, for a parent with a kid age 5, 6, 11, 12, listening to you right now, Dr. Onyema Abuagu, who we turn to so often, who does this work. When this thing is available, when this vaccine is available for their child, do you have any hesitation about telling them to run right out and get it?
So I vaccinated my twin 13-year-old boys, and my 10-year-old daughter cannot wait to get her dose of the vaccine. Again, we tested smaller doses for smaller adults, and there's a very small risk conferred by those vaccines compared to the risk of acquiring COVID-19 and all the disruptions. I think we still need to learn a lot about the consequences this pandemic has had on some of our younger kids, and the quarantining, school outbreaks, social isolation, out of school learning, and I think that this is our part to normalcy. So I would encourage every parent that we put in a lot of effort to make sure that these vaccines are safe and effective for children, and so when they're authorized, please go out and get it.
That is very reassuring indeed. Dr. Abuagu, thank you so much for being with us. We certainly appreciate your time and your expertise. Thanks for being on the show.
It's my pleasure, as always.
Up next, right here on GMA3, the young athlete who is a triple threat.
Yeah, you met this Iron Man, the triathlete, right here not too long ago. And now the update on his latest triumphs. Stay with us here on GMA3, everybody. We'll be right back.
big news for heartburn sufferers. Introducing Zantac 360 Degrees with a new formula that has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts. New Zantac 360.
Your skin isn't just skin. It's a beautiful reflection of everything you've been through. That's why Dove renews your skin's ceramides and strengthens it against dryness for softer, smoother skin you can lovingly embrace. Renew the love for your skin with Dove Body Wash.
We do it every night.
Like clockwork. Do it. Run your dishwasher with Cascade Platinum and save water. Did you know certified dishwashers use less than 4 gallons per cycle, while a running sink uses that every 2 minutes? So do it with Cascade. It's surprising way to save water.
So when in doubt, just say,
let me talk to my manager.
Next, Carvana's 100% online shopping experience. Carvana lets people buy a car, get this, from their couch. Oh, how disruptive.
No salesman there to help me pick out the car I need.
But how does anyone find a car on this site without someone like us checking in?
She's a deal.
Oh, golly.
I can help you find the car you want.
That sounds nice.
Let me talk to my manager.
Buy your next car 100% online with Carvana.
Okay, I'm up. 5 more minutes.
Instant eraser from Maple, New York. Accuracy, check it out. Pixie. Contour. Correct. Easy to blend. Instant eraser only from Maple, New York.
I've made progress with my mental health. So when I started having unintentional body movements called tardive dyskinesia, I ignored them. But when the movements in my hands and feet started throwing me off at work, I finally had to say, it's not okay. It was time to talk to my doctor about Austedo. She said that Austedo helps reduce TD movements in adults, while I continued with most of my mental health medications.
Austedo can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have suicidal thoughts. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness. Don't take Austedo if you have liver problems, are taking Resprin, tetrabenazine, or valbenazine. Austedo may cause irregular or fast heartbeat, restlessness, movements mimicking Parkinson's disease, fever, stiff muscles, problems thinking, and sweating.
Talk to your doctor about Austedo. It's time to treat TD. TD is not okay. Visit askforaustedo.com.
Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure, with 27 vitamins and minerals. Now introducing Ensure Complete, with 30 grams of protein.
So welcome back to GMA3, and we are back with an athletics star you've met here before. Chris Nikic is the first person with Down syndrome to complete the Ironman triathlon. He's out with a book, 1% Better Each Day, also back with even more victories. Take a look at this.
I woke up and I knew that it was the day for my race. I did 2.4 miles swim, and then I did 5 and 12. I cried. What Chris just did when I watched him cross the finish line was tell me and my wife and others like us that their kids can do so much more than we've been led to believe. I've done 50 speeches, and then I wrote one. I've been to many parties. Dates, I got my car, I bought the 2 SBs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's recipient of the Jimmy B Award for Perseverance, Chris Nikic.
It was pretty amazing. I got the 2 Ds by 2 kilo. It was my nerve. I'm doing a Boston marathon October 11th. You'll see marathon on the camera. And then I'll be doing the distance marathon. I'm also the ambassador for inclusion and helping kids to live up their potential. When Chris was 18, he didn't show very many signs of being capable of anything like this. We needed to look at Chris and say, maybe he can accomplish something. And that's when we started the 1% program with Chris to say,
hey, let's just get him out there, getting exercising, getting in good shape, letting him meet some people. And a little bit at a time, Chris was able to achieve the impossible. The motivation to write the book. We wanted to show others who were heartbroken when their children were born that they wouldn't be included in the community. We wanted to give them some hope and show them a way that their children could reach their full potential.
I want to get Indian and then my three, and then I show them how they can do to.
Our entire lives were inundated with programs that stress how we can get results fast. My advice for the 1% in applying it is to be patient. Be really, really patient.
Basically start with 3 year form and then very important to you and then just start small and then do no more inside.
Hopefully we can create a better world of inclusion and diversity.
Because you come to the 5 skin so I can do it. You can do it too.
All right, and Chris's new book, 1% Better, Reaching My Full Potential, and How You Can Too, is on sale today. Congrats on all he does. Look forward to having him back on the show at some point.
He is amazing and so inspirational. I love his last chapter. Now it's your turn. So he's taking his story and inspiring other people because if he can do it, you can do it. I love that message. All right, just ahead here on GMA3, healthy snack options to satisfy a sweet tooth. Dr. Jen is the answer on that.
Also, Andrew Yang back. He has a new book. He's talking about the big breakup he just had. We're going to try to console him. He comes all set. So explain here on GMA. Stay with us.
They're nice but irritating, their excitement can get grating. They're just for pastry baking to the rest of family. They're helpful but annoying, they always leave us snoring. Accidents are boring with the progressive family.
So, when do you all go home?
Never. We're here for you 24/7.
How terrifying.
Potential's so good, it's scary. Hands at me too, now playing everywhere.
At Philadelphia, we know what makes the perfect smear of cream cheese. The recipe we invented over 145 years ago, and we, the world's best, and possibly only, sommelier. Philadelphia, smear perfection.
This week at Macy's, buy 2 get 40% off boots and shoes. Fresh up amazing specials like fab fall looks up to 60% off. And ancient appliances starting at $79.99. And Macy's Star Money bonus day starts tomorrow.
So many praise over here. You know how it typically goes. First you have urinary tract tissues, then you have yeast tissues. Stop going in circles. Azo Gel Protection fights yeast growth and urinary tract bacteria. On your day with Azo.
Read my eyes. They tell my story, and the story of Voluminous Original, America's #1 mascara. Creamy formula for 5 times the volume. Voluminous Original Mascara by L'Oreal. My eyes are saying you're worth it.
Did you know some deodorants may not last all day? Secret works immediately and is designed to last for up to 48 hours. With Secret, keep it fresh. Available in over 10 amazing scents and aluminum free. Secret.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need. And we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or a plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Welcome back to What You Need to Know, GMA3. Dr. Jenna Ashton talking about a connection between hypertension, high blood pressure in your 30s, and dementia later in life. Right. This is a new study just off embargo published in the journal Hypertension, and there are multiple big headlines here. The big picture, in my opinion, is that something that is happening at early ages, 30s, 40s, absolutely can and does affect us way down the road. Now, not many 30 or 40-year-olds are thinking, what is this going to be like when I'm 70, 80, or beyond? But this study really does drive that point home. So they looked at a large group of people, different age groups, and found that those who were diagnosed with high blood pressure in the ages of 35 to 44 years of age were 1.5 times more likely to have dementia later in life. Then they did MRI imaging studies of their brains and found that in that age group, if you were diagnosed with high blood pressure, they went on to have smaller brains, which is a consequence of high blood pressure and dementia later in life. So, do you guys know what the number is for hypertension, high blood pressure? Everyone should know this number. I know, that's okay. I didn't mean to spring a test on you. 130/80. The top number 130, the bottom number 80. Your blood pressure should be lower than both of those. Anything else should have follow-up, could be pre-hypertension, but intervention management is so important, and it doesn't have to be with medication. It can be with lifestyle, weight loss, foods, etc. But please understand, this study really drives this point home. Something that you're living with at your 30s can have a serious impact later in life.
And again, hypertension can have an impact on a lot of things in your health. So just add this one to the list now.
That's right. What's good for the heart, good for the brain, and vice versa.
Got that. And thank you as always. Stay with us. You may be right back.
Looking for ways to help Minnesotans? Stay connected and stay involved. Here's how you can help.
Judges Seymour from Dancing with the Stars. And Christopher Fernandez from Ted Lasso. Thank you for keeping our lunch dates. Mama doesn't like to be stood up.
Today at 2 on 5 Eyewitness News.
Blue Cross made it easy to find a plan that fits my needs.
If you're looking for a Medicare plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota can help you understand your Medicare benefits and choices with this free guide.
The guide helped me understand what Medicare does and doesn't cover, and how I could have coverage if I wanted to.
With 96% of Minnesota doctors and hospitals and the Blue Cross network, plus a broad selection of affordable Medicare plans developed for Minnesotans by Minnesotans. It's no wonder nearly half of all Minnesota seniors has a Blue Cross Medicare plan. From Bemidji to Blue Earth, Twin Cities to Two Harbors, Blue Cross has you covered.
I get to keep my doctor, and I'm saving money. Can't beat that.
Go online or call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. You and Blue, because together is better.
Are you thinking about a new bathroom, maybe some new windows or siding? But then we all know, labor is through the roof. Well, my friends at Minnesota Rusco have a solution for you. Call Minnesota Rusco today and pay $0 for all labor on all products. That's right, absolutely no labor cost. Now through October 31st on all bathrooms, windows, siding, doors, and more. That's locally owned Minnesota Rusco, your hometown team since 1955.
Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
Welcome back to GMA 3. What you need to know, Son of the Times, a gorgeous Son of the Times. Still a moment of sky blue zen. The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is back this October after being canceled by COVID-19 last year. The celebration runs now through October 10th. Have you all done the hot air balloons before?
I don't think I ever would. I think I'd be afraid.
Yeah, okay.
They're beautiful to look at.
Oh, yes, it's gorgeous.
Dr. Jen has some answers for viewers now. First question, Dr. Jen, will the COVID-19 vaccine booster be approved for adults with no underlying condition? Okay, well, no one has a crystal ball right now. However, if we look to other countries, for example, Israel, yes, the answer would be yes. It would be approved and recommended for everyone after they're outside of a 6-month or more window. But again, we are taking our time evaluating that data. We've heard it again and again. The FDA is the global gold standard for this type of evaluation of data. And as we get more data, we will be looking at it. But immunity doesn't last forever. And even though antibodies are not the whole picture, it's part of the picture. But as we're seeing the immunity levels drop and the infection rates go up, then likely that they will recommend this to everyone. So.
All right, another one here from the viewer. What are some healthy snacking options to satisfy a sweet tooth?
Asking for a friend, TJ.
We'll get into that later.
Okay, so a couple of things with this, and to put on my nutritionist hat for a second. First of all, there's a reward center in the brain that gets stimulated and triggered when we consume sugary foods, including snacks. That is well known, not controversial. So the key is when you get that craving, what are you going to consume? How much damage are you going to do? Fruit is always your safest bet, right? Anything that's in its natural form, much better than anything that comes out of a bag. I also recommend that you eat something that's what I call labor intensive. So it takes a while to eat. An apple is a great example. You know, you can't consume an apple in 5 seconds. You can go through cookies much more quickly and do a lot more damage. And then, you know, do other behavioral things, distract yourself, drink water, take a walk if you're really trying to cut down on that. But those cravings are real. That's not fluff. There is science behind that.
Okay, I did not tell you all this, but I actually stopped eating candy cold turkey.
When?
About 3 weeks ago. I went to a dentist and I didn't get a good report on something in particular. I stopped 100%. Cold turkey.
Oh, congratulations.
Real Andrew Yang said, you don't know that's a long history of how it is. Gummy bears and Twizzlers and whatnot. Cold
Good for you, my friend. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Yeah,
I feel great.
Look at that.
Nice.
Good for you.
Well, you can keep your questions coming to Dr. J. I know it's going to be such a big moment. Keep the questions coming to on Instagram with Dr. J. Ashton. All right, let's turn now to the man I just mentioned. He wasn't supposed to be a part of our candy segment there, but 3 years after running for president of the United States, Andrew Yang just announced he is leaving the Democrats to join not join the Republicans, to become an independent, even forming his own party.
That's right. The former startup CEO turned candidate tried breaking the political mold, famously promising Americans $1,000 a month in universal basic income. During that run, Yang says he learned America is in an era of institutional failure, and he has plans to fix it, and he's laid it all out in his new book, Forward, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy. And yes, Andrew Yang himself joins us now in studio. Thank you for being with us. And so, yes, you're breaking up with the Democratic Party, so to speak, and you said this, I'll quote you, you're confident that no longer being a Democrat is the right thing. What made it wrong?
Right now, we can sense that polarization is at record highs in our country. We're actually at civil war levels of political stress, and it's manifesting in violence on our streets. We have to bring the temperature of the country down, and believe it or not, there's a concrete way for us to do that. Where right now our politicians' incentives lie on placating the most extreme 20% of voters in each of their districts, because that's the way our system is designed. So what we have to do is change that. We need open primaries and ranked choice voting so that leaders have to appeal to 51% of voters instead of the 20% on both extremes. And then you'd see their behavior improve overnight. So that's what the Forward Party is about.
You're not having an issue with something that's taken place with the Democratic Party, but something that's happened different in you that's not observing the system the same.
Yeah, I learned a lot running for president. I've been a Democrat for 26 years up until this week. But my goal is to do as much good as I can for our country. And if you look at the problems that afflict us, polarization has to be at the top of the list because it's making everything else impossible. And our system is designed for that to just get worse and worse, not better and better. We can all see that. So if you think that we're on the path to success with one of the two existing parties, then this might not be your approach. But if you think that we need to, again, lower the temperature of the country and realign our leaders' incentives with the general population, then that's the movement that I'm kicking off. And you couldn't do it from within one of the existing parties for obvious reasons.
Andrew, it sounds amazing. You're appealing to moderates. You're appealing to people who aren't extreme on either side. And that seems like the way forward. That's the name of the party.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm curious, how effective do you actually think it's going to be? We're not a third-party country. It's never been a successful avenue for politicians to go down to then become an elected official. Why do you think this could actually be a successful party that could actually produce candidates that get elected?
I just want to go back to first principles. There's nothing in the Constitution about political parties, two or otherwise. We're actually living through one of the worst nightmares of our founding fathers because they were anti-factions. And 62% of Americans right now want an alternative to one of the two major parties.
What is your step one, besides a book, an interview, and pushing and a movement and tweets and keep talking about it, but what is a concrete step that's going to take place to get us on that path?
You got it. And that's actually what I'm most excited about, okay? Is that one state already passed open primaries and ranked choice voting, which has opened up the system. So again, leaders have to appeal to a majority of citizens instead of just 10 to 20%. There are 24 other states in our country that allow ballot initiatives where if enough of us get together and say we're fed up, enough is enough, we can actually flip a switch and change the system. And so this is real. This is not like, oh, let's talk about it. Let's get enough of us together in the 62% who sense that it's slipping away and say, change the process, make it so that politicians have to appeal to a majority of us and new points of view can emerge. I'm not really, what's funny is I'm starting this four party movement, but what I want is to try and get us from 2 parties to 5 or 7 or some number that will actually make our democracy much more resilient and sustainable.
Is this in anticipation of 2024 where we are hearing that President Trump will run again?
I think a lot of Americans expect there to be a rerun of Trump versus Biden, and a lot of Americans are not going to be that pumped about that scenario. And so what we need, again, is a more vibrant, dynamic system that allows our leadership to rejuvenate itself. And right now, all of the incentives are around people being fixed in place, really, literally until the day they die.
Are you looking at still political office down the road? Got to rule it out.
What's fun, TJ, is that some people look at this third-party movement and to Amy's point, they're like, oh, this has not been successful in other lights. And I'm motivated by just trying to help my country. I'm a parent, I'm a patriot, I just want to do everything I can to help.
Well, it's good to have you here in studio with us.
It's great to be here.
It's good. That's been great, TJ. All right, well, thank you. Well, good yourself, man. I think not being on the campaign trail has been good for you, man.
My wife agrees.
Well, thank you so much. Good to see you, folks. The book, Forward, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy, Andrew Yang. It is out today.
All right, coming up right here on GMA3, NBA royalty takes a bow in an historic new film marking the league's 75th anniversary.
And we could certainly use a good laugh these days. That man, comedy gold, comedy legend, George Wallace, right here in studio with us as well. GMA3 will be right back.
It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. That's why it's so important you call CarShield today.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I was more than happy.
It's no fun when you have a car that's broken and you can't pay for it to get it fixed.
So if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck and get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through with every time I need it.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover it for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make the smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed. And once your car breaks down, it's too late.
Call 1-800-742-3212 or go to carshield.com. Get covered today.
I'm not getting through the pandemic just to end up with the flu.
I asked for Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent. It's the #1 used flu vaccine for people 65 and older.
Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent is the only vaccine approved by the FDA for superior flu protection in adults 65 plus.
I'm not letting my guard down.
Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent isn't for people who have a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced severe muscle weakness after receiving a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems, including those receiving therapies that suppress the immune system, may experience lower immune responses. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Side effects include pain, redness, and/or swelling when you got the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
All flu shots are not the same. I raised my game with Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent.
The best kept skincare secret. Dr. Henry Thayer's alcohol-free witch hazel toner. One gentle gesture visibly improves texture, tone, and pore size. America's #1 toner brand. Thayer's Natural Remedies. Skincare since 1847.
Start your day with Crest 3D White, and from mochachinos to Merlot, your smile will always be brilliant.
Crest 3D White Brilliance. 100% stain removal, 24-hour stain resistance to lock in your brightest smile. Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Believe it and see what's possible.
Do you want more control of your fragrance? The Airwick Scented Oil Warmer has 5 settings, not 3, for better fragrance control than Febreze Plus. Take control of your fragrance with Airwick.